those. I hate their stock applause. I just way better. I do like these. There we go.
Is the same chat like for the vertical and horizontal? Is it the same chat?
It should be. I see they adjusted the vertical also a little bit so we can actually see both our faces.
Yeah.
Nice little improvement. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Aftershow Podcast. We are officially 2 weeks away from Christmas, and we just had a crazy week in gaming. Of course, we had the biggest event, officially bigger than the Super Bowl by a lot. Actually, crazy thing how far gaming has come, where the Game Awards is being watched by 150 million people. But that is where we are. That is the state of the industry right now, and it was a show worthy of the hype. Almost 10 out of 10 show. Definitely there was some stuff obviously people wanted to see that didn't show up, which is always the case, but disappointing. There was no Rise of Hydra or Wolf Among Us. But I think by far the biggest disappointment was the One More Thing, which we'll get into. We also talk, of course, about the other big surprise at the show, which some of us knew was going to happen ahead of time, but we didn't know what it was. That was the Deadpool reveal. We already knew Deadpool was coming, but we didn't know they were going to drop the trailer this early. So we'll talk about that one because it was absolutely peak as expected. And both me and Jay managed to catch the Diddy documentary this weekend.
Yeah,
Diddy Do It, and brilliant name. And on Netflix from Diddy's biggest op, 50 Cent, and it was something. I want to talk about a little bit about that, and of course we enjoyed the sports. I enjoy real sports like basketball. Jay enjoys fake sports like wrestling. So we both had some significant stuff. We had John Cena's last match, which everyone wasn't a fan of how it went down, myself included. Also, the Spurs managed to stop the Thunder's historic win streak in a crazy game, which I actually watched on Amazon. Amazon is actually really people gave the NBA crap about the Amazon deal is bad, but say what you will about all the different places you have to. The Amazon presentation is actually fire. Like it's actually really good. Watching it in the Amazon app, watching games is legitimately fire. So we'll yap about that as well. First, what's up, chat? Geo is first. Congratulations. What's up, Bob and Cole, Old Man Eastwood, Travis, who also you'll be happy to note has finally got educated on the greatness of Smallville. He's currently binging it right now, and he quickly learned that he's been wrong all these years.
That Erica Durant's is a smoke show.
I don't think he got there yet, but he did learn that Michael Rosenbaum is the best Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah,
and Superman is actually awesome when he has great writers. What's up, Gabe? Welcome. Always love to see your name, not your face. Do not have any idea what Gabe looks like. What's up, Creeper Boss? Hate that name still, but we appreciate you hanging out.
Creeper is the homie.
He is the homie with a name that that throws me off every time I see it. As soon as I see Creeper, I'm like, ugh. And now when I see Creeper Boss, I think of Diddy. So it's even worse.
Poor Damien.
What's up, LCM? What's up, Patrick? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. What's up, Nava? Just checked in. Welcome. Appreciate you hanging out, Nava Flow. All right, so first things first, I guess we want to we want to talk about the Game Awards because, oh boy, it fortunately wasn't great for me personally because had some technical problems. Upgraded my computer since then, so hopefully everything is good there. But the show itself was fire. I knew a lot of what was happening beforehand, so not that many surprises for me in terms of like reveals. Like I knew the statue. To me, the surprise was actually seeing the stuff. Like I knew the statue was Larian's, the new Divinity game.
Right.
I knew that that Control 2 was called Control Resident and was probably going to be shown. I knew that there was going to be 2 Star Wars games shown, one that ends with Racer and one that ends with Old Republic that wasn't Knights of the Old Republic. But actually getting to see it, I was like, whew. I know Jay is sad. I was like, I know Jay's going to be sad.
I'm fine with it.
But
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm jumping right into it. All right, because like I'm fine with it. I don't know what we're doing. Obviously, I don't know. I know it's in the universe of the Old Republic, but it's apparently not directly related to that story per se. So that's fine. You can do whatever you want. It's a whole. I mean, there's these huge blocks of time. You can just do whatever you want.
Yep.
I do hope that it is. They said it's a spiritual successor, so that tells me we're probably not going to be dealing with any of the Revan arc. But it looks fantastic. Like that's all that matters to me. I'm very excited. There have been some rumors that KOTOR and even a KOTOR 2 are still actually alive. I'll believe it when I see it, but that game at first I actually thought Fate of the Old Republic could absolutely be a KOTOR 3, if they really wanted it to. And it looked like that was Bastila. It could have been anyway, but it's probably not, it looks like. So, but it did look like her very much so. And that's what I was hoping it was, because they've done, there's a Revan book that is basically supposed to be KOTOR 3. And I hate it. It was Drew Karpyshyn. He wrote it. He did a lot of the writing for KOTOR and KOTOR 2. He should have been the right person to do it, but I hated it. I hated what they did. They basically put him in stasis for, 1 million years, and it was like 200 years. And then it flashed forward to the Old Republic. There is a quest in the Old Republic PC game where you go find the fate of Revan and everything. And but I mean, that looks like it could have been Bastila. So yeah, but it's not. It appears like it's not, and that's fine. I'm good with it. So
yeah, except for the fact that we might be old by the time it comes out.
They said before 2030.
Yeah, Jason Schreier, I believe it was Jason Schreier. He said that the studio that's making this was just formed last year, and the game would be out. He said 2030 would be like a stretch, even like that would like be the absolute best case scenario. So we may be looking at 2030, 2033.
But Casey Hudson came out and said no, it'll be out before 2030.
So Casey Hudson thinks it'll be out before 2030.
Yeah.
So
and when I read the press release after I was reading through it, I'm like, I tweeted, oh, this is not coming until at least 2028. And that's fine. People get so mad when games get announced early, and I just don't get it. Like, what are you mad about? That the game exists and what? You have to wait? Big deal. What does it matter if you know it's coming or don't know it's coming? Yeah,
I think it's good. I think in particularly now, like I'm not a person who complains too much. The only thing I took an issue with was like the example of the Wonder Woman game where they announced it and they literally didn't have an actual game. But I understand why they did it, because the studio was in turmoil. They had the leadership had just basically just jumped ship because their game they've been spending 4 years on got canceled by the execs because it didn't have a popular IP attached to it. So I understand why they just like we have to just announce something, so we have something. So I understand if people were annoyed that the Wonder Woman game basically didn't technically exist in any way when it was first announced, but in general, I don't care, especially since we got to a point in the show where I was like, I don't think they have enough room in 2026 for any more announcements. Like this is actually getting ridiculous. Like I was good to a point where I'm seeing games get announced in 2026. I'm like, you just move the game, bro. There's no way anyone's playing this. Like, there's too many games already, and they just kept announcing more games.
And that's what I feel weird. Like when I see like there's just a million games in general, and it's like, really, all right. So you're paying for I heard the ads like $1 million for a 3-minute spot on the show.
$5,000 per second. Yes.
Jesus. and I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, I know everybody believes that they're making the greatest thing ever, but like, I don't know, man. Like I find that people are like less and less willing to buy video games. Like, obviously I had a bunch of tweets that like did numbers about Lego Batman, and like just watching the discourse around everything, like that has nothing to do with me. I was mostly good. Okay, except for that one guy that tried to tell me like what I know, and I'm like, nah, fuck you. But I was like mostly good about it. I just ignored it. I like answered like genuine questions, but like there are people like, oh, I ain't spending $70 on that. I'm like, brother, you're gonna get 50+ hours out of this video game. You wouldn't spend like $1.25 a minute for entertainment, or an hour, I should say. $1.25 an hour for entertainment. What are we talking about? You know, like I don't really understand a lot of these things. But anyway,
looks like Travis is about to give back the money that that he got from Gabe, because
this is an equally terrible bet.
Horrific bet. Supergirl won't make 10 million opening weekend. Oh, that's easy. That's easy money. What are you talking about? I saw the trailer because that also came out last week. The trailer had like 2 million views in like 3 hours. So something crazy. There's no way.
It'll make $10 million opening night.
Like literally,
like, and I'm not talking about the actual opening night. I'm talking about like the preview opening night.
The preview night, like that Thursday preview, like it's going to make 10 million. Like, what are you talking about? Supergirl is going to make at least 100 million opening weekend. Like,
I'm pretty sure Batgirl made 10 million and it didn't even come out.
10 million is absolutely ridiculous. Like I think he just wants to give Gabe some money. Like, there's no way. That might actually be worse than the bet Gabe made. Like, honestly, because like I understand.
No, 2 billion was bad.
2 billion was bad, but you can kind of see it. Like, even though you knew it was never happening, it was like, okay, it's Superman, like one of the biggest IPs ever. The trailer was like one of the biggest trailers of all time. Like, you could argue if the movie was good enough that it could, cross into that end game territory with word of mouth and hype. But 10 million opening weekend for a Supergirl, what are we talking about, bro? 10 million? That's like that means it would be worse than Borderlands movie.
Yeah.
like what?
And objectively, it looks fantastic. Like, like I don't understand. Like, if it looked like bad, I would maybe understand. But even if it looked bad, I think it would still make $10 million.
It would make it's going to make probably 50 to 100 million just from Jason Momoa being in it. Like,
right?
Like, what are we talking about?
Like, even Street Fighter is going to make 10 million opening weekend,
and that looked ass.
I actually thought that was a pretty good trailer. I don't like Cody Rhodes did look pretty bad as guile, but I don't really know how you translate that in general.
I think the only the announcement the stuff they did afterward was definitely cringe, but I
thought that was hilarious. I liked it. I don't care. Like
so
Andrew Schultz, that part where Andrew Schultz was hilarious. And then I don't know if you saw, but Uncaged Games tweeted a little clip, and like literally every Mortal Kombat actor was responding to it. And I thought that was great. I think that
was the best part. The rest of it was cringe.
Well, they were great, but I mean, I just think that was such great cross promotion, and I think it would be really funny if they kind of like went back and forth like that in the media. That would be great. I'm sorry, the movie may be trash, but I thought that trailer was fun, and maybe it's just because of all the people.
I think the best part about the trailer was the fact that it was leaning into the video game origins and aesthetic, and was like, okay, at least we're going to have fun with it and not take it seriously. But it looked ass, and some of the casting was just egregiously bad. Like it just did not like, as soon as I saw Bison, I was like, oh no, I'm out.
That was David Dash whatever, right?
Yeah, he's a good actor. As soon as I saw him cast, I was like, that's not Bison.
I don't understand though, because like they did what's his face, that was Gomez Adams in the other one, and he was great. I wouldn't have ever pictured him as M. Bison. I don't know, man. I think that guy's a good actor.
He's a good actor. He just
dark.
He just doesn't look the part.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I think it looked like
Bison has aura. He has muscle. That guy just he looks like a nerd. Like it's like he gets like, I don't want my M Bison look like he gets stuffed in lockers, bro. like what are we talking? Like,
well, you know, all the main parts are just going to be like CGI and stunt actors anyway. He just needs to be in a muscle suit, and he's fine. Like, you're not gonna.
I mean, but we saw him in the trailer, and he didn't have a muscle suit. He just looked like.
I only watched it live, so I mean. And it went by so fast, but
no,
yeah.
I saw him full on in all his Bison glory in the trailer. I was like, oh, this looks horrible. Like, I'm just no way.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool seeing Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa hanging out. Like,
the vibes are great. They look like they're gonna have a lot of fun. There's a good chemistry. But yeah, the actual movie I think is going to be dog water. So
I can see my buddy Tim is like a massive Street Fighter fan. Actually, you know, it's weird that Mena RD. Are you familiar with him?
No.
He was one of the guys that was like up for Gamer of the Year award or whatever, like the Player of the Year. He, I think, just won the Street Fighter at Evo. And apparently he lives near us, and my friend Tim is friend with him, and he keeps trying to get him to, like, he's like, oh, you want me to come over with Mena and we'll play some Street Fighter? And I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm fine. And like, but then I just realized, oh man, this guy's really big. Maybe I should have taken him up on it. But anyway, but yeah, anyway, Tim texted me immediately and was like, dude, this is fucking ass. Like, this looks like so bad. I'm like, I don't know, man. I thought it was funny. I thought it was fun, not funny.
Fun.
And I thought the banter of everybody on stage was fun. And I just thought it was cool. I mostly thought it was cool because, like, imagine that many people at the Video Game Awards, you know? Like, those are some decent names there, you know?
Yeah, there was no doubt about it. They definitely had a lot of fun there and big cast, but in terms of the actual movie, I was like, oh, this is gonna be horrible. But you know, it could be. I don't think it's gonna top the old live action Street Fighter movie in terms of being horrible. But I think it's gonna be bad. But it could be like one of those things where it's so bad that it's like fun. It's like a good.
Yeah.
It's like a good. Like, there are levels to ass, and I think this could be fun ass. Like,
it depends on what they do with Cammy.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of Cammy. Her and Chun-Li look really good, so I'm not complaining about that. They nailed those castings. But the rest, some of them were like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, the rest of the show, I saw. Yeah, the Divinity was wow. I mean, we don't know. I mean, it literally told us nothing. really about what the game is going to actually be, except for that, like, they're going for a mature rating, because that was very gross trailer. The original trailer got age restricted. The streams did not, but it was indeed gross. But yeah, I wasn't moved by it one way or another. I was just waiting for Control Resonant, and I was not disappointed. That trailer was absolute peak. I cannot wait. I love that they added melee combat that also looks so fire. I think it was the only thing missing from Control, which I still love, but having that with the new protagonist, the visuals, that game, I cannot wait to play again. That game instantly shot near top of my list for 2026. That's going to be a good time. Did you play Control? I'm trying to remember. Did you play Alan Wake?
No, I didn't play any of those.
Yeah, I never played the Alan Wake games, but I got into Control and instantly became obsessed with it. So, and I definitely looking forward to seeing Jesse again. But that game is so good. I highly recommend anyone pick up Control ahead, especially now that we're getting the sequel.
I think the biggest thing that I want to do is finish Expedition.
Bruh, I made a point. I was like, I realized Ghost of Yotei takes fucking forever, because even I was like, all right, I want to see if I could finish Clair Obscur and Ghost of Yotei by the Game Awards, and I finished Clair Obscur, both endings, and I realized there's no way I'm getting through Yotei. Every time I try to go to a boss, this like it leads to another side quest and another quest. I'm like, this is gonna be a while, so I'm just gonna take my time on that. But I definitely wanted to prioritize Clair Obscur, because I was loving the game, and I wanted to see if it would solidify as my game of the year, because Dispatch was my favorite at that point. And then I finished Clair Obscur and was like, oh, cinema doesn't even describe how much better this game is than everything else.
Wow.
that came out this year, and I fucking love Dispatch. Dispatch was more fun. I would say I had fun with Dispatch, but holy shit, what an ending! I mean, Jesus, because I had got up to the second act, and at that point I was like, okay, this is definitely if this wins Game of the Year, I'm not going to be mad, because up to this point, this was great, and I'll see if it sticks to landing. And holy fuck, did it stick to landing? Did it stick to landing?
Yeah.
Everyone?
I don't. Should I? I mean, I played the prologue of Expedition 33, and I knew then that, like, oh my god, I get it. This is definitely beautifully well crafted. And I just, other things happened, and I never got back to it. I shouldn't have to play the prologue again, should I?
You don't have to.
Yeah.
No, I would, if I were you, I would just put it on the lowest difficulty and just get through the story.
Yeah. Okay. How long did it take you to beat?
I had 50 hours, but I did a lot of exploring.
Yeah, no, and that's how I end up being. So, how close did you get to a platinum?
I don't even know if I didn't even check the trophy. I just glanced at the end and said I had 100% completion in 50 hours. So I didn't even check the trophies.
Okay. The only reason I ask is because I have it on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think the story, if you just go through as fast as possible, might be 15 hours.
Oh, okay. Because, like, I'm debating, because there's like a version that comes with the Steelbook, but they're sold out. It's only on Amazon. It's sold out.
All right, 30 hours. They said 30 hours for the main story. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, so it's sold out on Xbox, and I'm like, I know the prologue took me a little over an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I really want to go through that again? And I know that, like, I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I have enough other things going on where I don't play many games offline, especially where when I do, it's usually grinding something.
Yes.
So,
yeah. I would recommend get everyone who loves video games or storytelling to finish Expedition 33 at some point in their life.
Yeah, I really and truly feel like even just playing that hour, that it was well deserving of Game of the Year.
It gets so much better.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard, and I just never kind of went back to it. So yeah, maybe I'll have to do that. The hype was happening when it came out, and that's why I was like, well, it's on Game Pass. Let me at least do the prologue and see what happens. And then something else came out at the same time, and it was doing better than that video. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna come back to it maybe.
I've made zero content on Clair Obscur. I just got it because I was like, okay, well, I'm hearing so many great things. I want to try it because a lot of people were glazing Metaphor Refantatio, and it being turn-based made me not get it. So I was like, you know what? This time around, I'm just going to get it, especially since they have the reactive turn-based combat, and everyone's glazing this so much. So let me just fucking get it and go through. And I just kept going because I got obsessed with this game. It was so, even the combat. I love the combat. I actually love the combat in the in the system. I really ended up enjoying it, but oh my god, what a story. And then they shadow drop DLC.
yeah, that's awesome. And I guess there's a photo mode too.
Yeah.
It's funny, like it's great, but it also kind of sucks when there's a game like that, because
nothing else is going to win.
Right in the opening show, they had like a best I think it was like best independent game or something like that. And it was up against two other games that were in Game of the Year and two other like heavy favorites, and it won. So I'm like, okay, so those two games can't win Game of the Year now because you already said this game is better than those two games, And then like whenever any other award they were up for came up, it's like, all right, well, obviously they have to win, And that's fine. It just made it a little anticlimactic, but I did feel bad because there's one award, I think it was like best actor or in a game or whatever,
best voice, best acting performance.
Yeah.
And three of the nominees were all from Clair Obscur.
And one of them was Erika Aishi for Ghost of Yote. And when they zoomed in on her, she had the Ghost of Yote popcorn bucket with the with popcorn in it, and she's just like eating the popcorn, like, yeah, I know I don't have a shot, but I'm here. I thought that was actually really funny. And it's kind of funny though, because like I feel like any other year that game would have won. I just don't. Yeah. I have no respect for, like, Donkey Kong was there for the Nintendo tax.
Yes.
It is a fun game. I have it. I played it. It is like Minecrafty in ways. It's fun. It is not Game of the Year. I'm sorry. Like, that is, you're thinking too hard, and you're like, well, we have to have Nintendo in there, so we have to put Donkey Kong in there. And the other one, Hollow Knight or whatever that game is, like, I just can't put myself in a position where a 2D, well, it's kind of, I know it's probably the best side-scrolling type of game that you're ever going to get, right? Yeah. But I still have a hard time putting that in that category, like I haven't played it, but I hear it's like a roguelike or whatever, or Soulsborne-y, if you will.
Metroidvania, very, very difficult.
And like I just don't I don't care. That to me, you've got these like massive games like Clair Obscur and Ghost of Yote, where like there's so much more that went into making that game. I'm sorry, and it just, from every possible perspective, and that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right or whatever it may be, but like, also, can somebody explain to me best ongoing game? Like, nothing against No Man's Sky, but like, how?
Because it's the best ongoing game. I think so is technically the category is for games that are ongoing, like basically live service games or games that
right. I understand that,
and I say that it makes perfect sense that No Man's Sky won, because it's been the transformation that game has undergone since launch has been like inspirational, and the fact is the game consistently, despite it being an actual indie game, very small studio, but the scope of the game is unlike literally any on the market, and they consistently release huge, and I mean huge, expansions that improve the game in every way, and they don't charge any. Like, in fact, every time I see a new No Man's Sky expansion, I immediately go on social media and check the comments, and under every post talking about the expansion, it's just people begging the devs, please let me give you money. stop giving us all this stuff for free. Please let us pay you. And I guarantee there is none. For sure, I know based on those nominees, none of them have community reactions like that, especially Fortnite. So for that alone, I think it deserved to win.
But like, I don't hear I follow Sean Murray, and I have since like before the game came out. So I see lots of No Man's Sky in my feed because of him. All right. But I feel like there's no buzz around it. Like, Marvel Rivals came out, and for the first like 2 or 3 months, it dominated, like outright dominated. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And it's obviously tapered off a little since then, but it's still like, and granted, obviously it's something that we're very invested in, but I don't know how, if that doesn't win, Fortnite doesn't win, because Fortnite again had just a mind-blowing year, and like they're still putting up amazing numbers on everything they do. They had a whole Fortnite mini season, or Simpsons mini season, you know what I mean? And they've got these like mega events, and it's just wild to me. And I appreciate and understand like what No Man's Sky is doing. And I'm not saying that it's like it's undeserving of recognition. I can't see how that just feels like one of those, like, It Takes Two things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that had a shot at being game of the year, but it feels like, I don't know.
It was a massive game.
No, I understand that, but like, I just don't see that as like, I just didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it, man. And I just feel like there's some games or anything that what's his face does, like Death Stranding. I had a deep suspicion that Death Stranding was going to win game of the year just because it's Kojima, and that's Jeff's guy.
I didn't think it had a chance in hell.
Well, I mean, Jeff's bro love with Kojima, like I
Jeff's been literally glazing Clair Obscur since his first trailer.
Sure.
I was like, there's no chance Death Stranding was winning. And in fact, it didn't win a single category because every category Death Stranding 2 was nominated for, Clair Obscur was in it, and it got absolutely washed as it should have. Because
sure, but that's what I'm saying is like anything, like, I think Kojima is the most glazed person in Jeff's life, okay, and I feel like he has those people, and whatever they do is always going to get a little bit of a bump ahead. I mean, I just feel like, I don't know.
Maybe it's me because I am a bit of I'm a bit of a gaming nerd, but I see No Man's Sky every time No Man's Sky has an expansion, I see it all over my feed. Like I'm looking, because I'm going through all the gaming news, and I see all the gaming outlets cover. I see all the people all these fans talking about it, and all the memes about please let me give you money, all that other stuff. So when I saw No Man's Sky win, I was like, I'm not surprised, because as Geoff mentioned, it kind of just wins like a lot of every year. It's, I think last year it won best community support, and that's a better category for them, I think. If you said that, I would have been fine. I mean, it definitely deserves both objectively. I mean, like the because it's not even just, oh, it's good for an indie game. Like it legitimately, not only is the game legitimately like massive in terms of scale. I mean, literally it's an infinite universe game, but it's the fact that the expansions are, it's not just new skins or a fun new event. Legitimately giant expansions, like insane expansions that Destiny would probably charge $300 for.
But isn't a lot of that procedurally generated though?
It doesn't make it less impressive though.
I mean, if you're a good coder.
If you're a good I mean, everyone who makes good games is a good coder. The point is that the scale of the game and the quality of the content is consistently highly regarded and very, very impressive. Like it's really impressive what they've managed to pull off all these years with the size of the team that's working on the game.
I don't dispute that whatsoever. I just feel like, best ongoing game. I don't know, man. I think the community support you could sell me on. I'd be like, all right, I get it.
Everyone lost to the gacha game.
Yeah.
Withering Ways, all the gacha fans showed up for that one. That and audio design were the only categories Clair Obscur lost in, and they lost
the Battlefield, right?
They lost audio, the Battlefield 6, and
Battlefield has always been an audio juggernaut. That has always been one of their specialties.
Yeah, there was no way to win that. And then the fan vote always goes to the gacha game. But I'm glad Dispatch was up there. It showed how much love there was for it. But just kind of hard to beat waifu games when it comes to the fan vote. Most of the categories I was fine with the outcomes. I did hear people try to make the case that maybe they should adjust the best indie game category to apply to games made by people with like three or less, or really small, because these indie games are getting better. Silk Song, for example, is an indie game, and Hollow Knight was very much an indie game when it came out. But
I think is Silk Song and Hollow Knight the same thing, or
Hollow Knight was the first game, Silk Song was the sequel.
Okay, gotcha.
And the first one, was it legitimately an indie game, and then it sold millions and millions of copies. So now even though they started as an indie studio, they don't have indie money anymore, so there's a case to be made in some instances where maybe they should have the indie category reserved for more like bootstrappy, like self-published games and stuff like that managed to break through. And I think that, I think that'd be more fair, because Clair Obscur, even though it was impressive, it was made by a studio. Technically, it had 30 people, but they also outsourced to several hundred people, and it was founded by former Ubisoft industry vets. So there was more production value, but still reportedly less than 10 million budget, which is still good. But I think it would be more fair for like the indie category to focus on 3 people made it. I think that'd be more fair.
They were also part of the Xbox Game Pass machine, because I remember when I went to the Summer Game Fest 2 years ago, that's when they announced it, and one of the patches I got for the Xbox jacket was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So
not even looking at the finances, just literally if the game is made by, I say a good cutoff would probably be maybe 10 people or less, make that the cutoff for the indie category. I think that would be fair, because Clair Obscur would be fine. And you could just make a new category to account for non-AAA games. But I feel like at this point the indie category might need a little bit of an adjustment, because there were a lot of indie. I felt like Dispatch should deserve debut indie game, but it was just it's up against Clair Obscur.
Yeah, but I know that Dispatch is an indie game, but I think they're in the absolute same boat as Clair Obscur, though. sure they're also backed by Critical Role, you know what I mean? So it's
That's
like,
that's true. So maybe give them another category. Even and I'll be fine. And I'll be fine if like another smaller game, like what was it, like a Schedule One was a big one last year. I think that was a self-published game that was like a massive hit, and Balatros before. So
yeah.
So I think the indie game or Killer Bean. I think the indie game category should probably go to games like that, and then have something else for your Hollow Knights, your Clair Obscurs. I think that would be a little more fair. But I think overall, like, I'm glad that Dispatch got the acknowledgement, and I hope they do a season 2 announcement soon. It's gonna be wonderful whenever they drop it. But the disappointment was definitely Rise of Hydra not showing up again. So this is now a full year of nothing new revealed, just multiple delays instead, and one gameplay leak from a build 3 years ago. So red flags are going off, I'd say.
Yeah, there was nothing other than Deadpool in Rivals
And
a small ad for Cosmic Invasion
and Invincible.
Really,
And it was basically for
there's
superhero
nothing Marvel.
Yeah, for superhero wise, it was just Rivals, the Cosmic Invasion, and Lego Batman and Invincible versus, and that was it for all the superhero games.
I have to say, it was really tough knowing the info for Lego Batman. I knew it was coming. I knew what the release date was.
If it makes you feel any better, all this leaked online before the show.
Oh, I know. Oh, I actually emailed Alan because Hulu was already running the ads. Like they've been running the ads all day. Like somebody messaged me and they were like, "Hey, I just saw is May 29th real? Like I just saw an ad on Hulu for Lego Batman." I'm like, "Oh, can you send it to me?" I'm like, "Oh." So I emailed Alan like, "Are you guys aware they're running this ad on Hulu?" He's like, "No." So yeah, that obviously took. But I actually was a little disappointed in a way because they didn't even mention the good part during the ad, like which is that like they mentioned play early with the deluxe edition, but like they didn't even mention the play with Joker and Harley Quinn in the season pass. You know what I mean? They didn't, or Batman Beyond,
or Nightwing.
Yeah, well, Nightwing was in the trailer, so I don't know, man. I was a little curious as to why they did it that way, but the reaction to it has been weird. People can't get over the play as 7 characters thing, and I don't think people understand what this game is. I understand what, like, listen, I too was skeptical. I too would prefer to unlock 250 characters because that means I'm going to get like 250 videos out of it. Okay, but look, it's a tribute to the legacy of Batman. Oh, that's awesome. So like we're playing through the movies, some of the animated series stuff, TV shows. Like this is a Batman game. All right. It's not your traditional Lego game, and that's fine. It's fine. Okay. I don't understand why people are losing their shit because it's not the same thing. I do understand. Trust me, it'll have been 4 years since the last Lego game, and they used to be closer together. Trust me, I'm feeling that in my pocketbook. There are no money bags anymore.
And now there might be even more questions in the future because of the whole Netflix.
The first thing I did is I texted my friend when that got announced, and I was like, how you feeling about this? And he was like
6, 7.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much because like I don't want anything going back to him, you know what I mean? But I just feel like
I can infer that think people are definitely a bit uneasy
Well, everybody was talking about how they were just an afterthought to Netflix, and that makes sense. Like, it's just an extra asset they're getting. That doesn't mean they're just going to be like, oh, off with your head, bye gaming. No, at worst, they could turn around and sell it. They could at least get $2 or $3 billion on a bad day, on a good day, or a bad day, I should say, for the studios that make OW games. They could probably get well more than that.
Oh,
like
sure.
At worst, they're just going to spin it off to someone else, which I don't might even be better. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably
what if Sony or Microsoft or whoever gets wind of they're just trying to offload these assets? You're telling me there wouldn't be a ton of people lined up to try to get NetherRealm, TT, and Rocksteady alone? Just those three studios? Like, forget everything else that they have.
So like, I feel like they were probably between them. They're probably more hype for Avalanche and NetherRealm.
Oh yeah, Avalanche. So there's those four alone though. Like, they would want them because, like, say what you want about TT Games and everything, but like, when they put out a game, it sells. It's a high seller. They make money.
Yeah. People have feel how they feel about MK1, but still made a lot of money.
It sure did.
And
so
Mortal Kombat's still popular IP.
Yep. So you can't tell me that like somebody wouldn't line up and help them recoup some of that 80-something billion dollars they're spending, But who knows? I guess Paramount's trying to do a hostile takeover.
Yeah, they're trying to call in a favor with their buddy, the Orange Man, to try to block the deal or something. So I don't know. It's the whole thing is a little shaky. We'll see how it plays out. But I think it was at the very least, it was definitely disappointing that they basically put no value in the gaming division. It kind of seems just irresponsible, not even just like annoying, just like how out of touch can you be?
I feel like that quote is being taken the wrong way. I don't know. I feel like there is obvious value because it's an asset that you can turn around and sell at worst. You know what I mean? Like, if they don't want to deal with it, because I definitely know firsthand that their gaming attempt was very bad, and they had no idea what they were doing, and maybe they just admit, yeah, we didn't know what we were doing, and now we have an established thing with established people that are running it, and maybe we put them in charge of Netflix gaming, and we're able to make this a viable thing. But it wasn't what they were after. It was just part of what they got. That's the way I interpret it.
I interpreted the way he said it, which is like, who gives a shit? Like, we wanted the IP, we wanted HBO, we wanted the IP. We don't care about this gaming shit.
Right, because they're TV people, they're movie people. Like, I understand that, but like, deep down in the end, I don't think, as bad as it sounds, like maybe I'm just being way too over hopeful, but I don't think this means, oh no, they're done. Like, they're just going to close everything and fire everybody. You know what I mean? No, they're obviously going to turn around and sell it. If they want nothing to do with it, it's just something that they got in the deal that they didn't care about. They could easily get a ton of money for just those four studios. You know what I mean? I really and truly believe that something good will come out of this in the end.
I feel like if they truly don't want it, those studios the bigger ones will get sold off. I feel like job losses will be unavoidable.
Maybe, for sure, but
for sure there will be losses, because every I don't think they'll be able to get bidders, but I think they'll close down some of them, and then they'll just be like, and then they'll take offers on the ones that'll probably fetch something, which is like
four I mentioned.
The four I mentioned, but the support studios, I think they're shit out of luck.
Yeah, and that's very possible. Like, but honestly, as long as those core four survive, all right, so maybe WB Montreal hits the chopping block.
That
would suck, but
that's GG to the DC game they have working on.
Unless they can, I still feel like they would just roll everything together and put it in one big bundle, and then it would be down to whoever acquires to do all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that like at worst we're gonna see somebody else pick up WB Games
I would
and roll
hope
them.
I would hope Sony would buy him, because obviously the whole acquisition was well outside of their budget. But I think depending on what Netflix wants for WB Games, that could be within Sony's price range, and I wouldn't mind, because they definitely need to make up for that Bungie acquisition, because that ain't working right now.
I gotta be. I doubt you played any of the new expansion.
None of it.
But it is the best thing Bungie has in ways. Like they just should make a Star Wars game. Like it's so. I've really enjoyed the like story parts of it, and how like my character looks like Boba Fett and I have a lightsaber and all that, and like they're still amazing at making these levels. They absolutely mailed it in on some parts. Like there are some parts that there's no dialogue, and I'm like, what is this shit? Like, no, you're Bungie. You can't make me read all this. Like, no, this has to be voice acted. There's way too much reading, and there's way too much go here and get this and bring it back to me. They absolutely padded the length a little bit, but the good stuff is really good. And like the battle between this Dredge and Bale guy, like it's a great Star Wars feeling story, you know? And I would literally scrap Marathon and just try to license a Star Wars game and make a Star Wars game. Like
they're also apparently doing Destiny 3.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, like everybody's like, oh, they can't do it. People invested too much. They will never do it. I'm like, yeah, okay, but people invest a lot in every other game they've ever played, and when the new one comes out, they go play it. Like, enough with that. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. It was Destiny. I feel like Destiny 3 was obvious the second it got bought.
This is good DLC.
Yeah,
I understand what you mean there, I guess, but like if they were able, like this, I swear to God, I think it's so good.
Yeah, I do agree that they should make a Star Wars game. I think that'd be really good for Bungie. I think it'd be right up their alley, and we definitely need more Star Wars games, because as we saw, like there's still a lot of demand for Star Wars games, and I feel like they've been like the best thing Star Wars related since the Disney acquisition has not gone according to plan.
even Outlaws was actually not that bad, you know? Like if that's the weakest like thing that you're gonna put out, like then we're in good shape. Like I really enjoyed Outlaws. I liked the characters. You know, is it the greatest game ever? No, not necessarily, but it was a great Star Wars. It was a really fun Star Wars game.
Yeah, Matt. I think it would have been so much better if it had came out like after Ubisoft decided to stop disrespecting their customers and take the releases seriously. But unfortunately, it took Star Wars Outlaws underperforming for them to be like, oh yeah, let's actually take time to polish our games and make and put out a good product. But even despite that, I thought the bones of it was really good. I thought the story was great, especially as it got along and you got off that the second planet. The second planet is where when you got off the second planet, like, because the starter planet was solid. I think it was a good intro, and then the second planet kind of was good, but it was definitely a lot of padding there. A lot of Ubisoft open world bullshit. But when you got off of that planet, that's when I thought it picked up. And even then, I thought they did design the open world. I thought they nailed what it should feel like to be in a Star Wars open world. It felt lived in. It didn't feel like there was just a bunch of emptiness and random. Like I thought that they did a really great job of building that world, and and I would love to see more open world Star Wars games in the future. Just Star Wars games in general. Like the racing game looks fun. Fate of Republic is an action RPG, so definitely right up my alley. We're getting Jedi 3 soon. Hopefully Star Wars Eclipse turned out good. You know, it had some development problems, but it's still going strong. And I think that one has a lot of potential. So we're good when it comes to Star Wars games, and even Tomb Raider. We're getting back-to-back Tomb Raider releases. Crystal Dynamics finally ready.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because I had two things to talk about with Fate of the Old Republic, and this is coming, and it's because it's already apparently starting with Tomb Raider. That we're gonna get the it's woke with Fate of the Old Republic if that character we saw is the main character. Oh no, a female protagonist.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that goes without saying.
But I saw a tweet today where Grums is talking about how Lara Croft is not hot.
I mean, she was objectively hot in the trailer. I know that there was concern because of a crossover, but they objectively made her attractive.
yeah, absolutely. I was like, that was never a question to me. Also, we haven't even gotten into Marvel Rivals Deadpool yet, which we knew was going to happen. We knew there was a trailer. I assumed it was going to be Deadpool, and it made me feel like I always said that Deadpool, they didn't have to put him out anytime soon, because he was kind of like, he was always like a contingency plan. He was just there as a big red button.
Yeah.
And oh boy, was I right about that, because not that they need to do it right now, but like putting him out a year in is perfect. And obviously they featured him so heavily in the biggest show of the year with the biggest spend they're going to do of the year. And by the way, the top 10 trailers of the Game Awards has just come out, and coming at number 10, most watched, most viewed, and their method was the top 3 uploads combined for each trailer. Number 10, Control Resonant. Number 9,
third be higher,
Lord of the Fallen 2. Number 8, Divinity.
Yep.
Number 7, Total War Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
Number 6, Street Fighter movie. Number 5, Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic.
Nice.
Number 4, Phantom Blade 0.
It was peak.
Number 3, Tomb Raider. Number 2, Resident Evil Requiem.
Great trailer.
Number 1, Marvel Rivals Deadpool.
Of course. I mean, it was an absolutely insane trailer.
By almost a million more than number 2, Resident Evil.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah, not only was obviously Deadpool, more famous than all these, but the trailer, because before they had to do for the season 5 trailer, they did an homage to the season 0 one with the more still animation, so they didn't do like the flashy stuff like they did with the Blade and Jean season. But for the Deadpool trailer, they went right back to just flexing their anime, showing once again that Rivals deserves to have its own anime. And
yeah,
oh my god, it was so fire.
Yeah, I mean, did you see what I did? I have this like propensity to like, if it says Marvel Rivals on it, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Well,
what'd you do?
I just got these.
Ooh, the
Rocket Raccoon. Not surprising.
I ordered the McFarlane Marvel Rivals Venom. I pre-ordered it. There's your favorite character of all time. I knew it. Jay will never be able to deny it ever again. He loves Squirrel Girl secretly.
So there's that.
That is indeed what we call Sakuga. That was
what does that mean?
That is there's a term used commonly in anime. It refers to the parts of an animated of an animated program, show, or movie where the animators are like, okay, time to flex a little bit, spend some of that money, so the really, so they'll have like, it will be like really big flashy scenes. They'll maybe experiment with different animation styles within different scenes, just really flexing their creativity and budget. That's what we refer to as Saku.
This is how you find yourself off my friends list and never in game on stream. Just a heads up, I am usually pretty fair when these new characters come out.
You're instantly right?
I will not be fair when Deadpool comes out.
Fair enough.
He is for me, and he is not for you. And he might be the only character that I ever. I mean, of course, I might be as bad at him as I am as Rogue, but I gotta say, Rogue is like one of the first characters where I completely understand why she's 5 stars. I feel like every Rogue I go against has fucking Ultron bot strapped to her booty and like sniffing it hard, and I can't do anything to them. But then I'm freaking scroll or Rogue, and I like no support, and I'm insta dead. So
I within a couple of games, I figured out Rogue for the most part, and I was going absolutely crazy in ranked.
I was talking about your video when we did a community night customs last night, and one of the people, Mio, I was watching them play Rogue, and they were like, I was like, oh wow, I don't think I could play this way, but I understand why you're doing so well. Like I don't know that I have the patience to do what you're doing, and I understand what you're doing because I've played her, but I don't know if I can play that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, because Rogue is a lot about patience.
Yeah.
Because they made it, and I think this is something to adjust. Her cooldowns are very long.
Way too long. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not crazy.
Yeah. She's designed for people who are really good at cooldown management and timing their engages. So yeah, if you're missing if you don't know how to use those cooldowns or your timing your engages, you really got to make them count because she really needs them. So
yeah, if you miss that power steal, you're fucked.
Yeah, and so I try to hit it and prioritize, but mainly for what I use Rogue for is like the kidnapping aspect. So I make sure I have those 2 cooldowns ready so I can potentially jump in and pull them in with the AoE, because that does AoE damage and is like actually surprising a lot of burst damage. So I like to hover in the air, see what's going on, and then if I see an opportunity to go out of support, I'll just kick them, dive on top of them, pull, use the pull, AoE damage, pull them in, punch, shield, punch, get out. Yeah, like it's real. She's really strong, but combo and team dependent. Like if you don't because she's a brawler type and she has those long cooldowns, you need a second tank that's like kind of the main tank, and you need good supports, because if you're not getting enough healing, it's going to be a little tricky. Like because you're going to have to not brawl as much because she doesn't have that much sustain. Like that shield goes down really fast. It comes back fast, but it goes down really fast.
Yeah, I really don't like the way they handled her shield. Whereas, like, with Strange, he could just hold it up until it's gone.
Yeah,
and then it feels like he gets it back right away. With her, it's just on a timer, and then like you're screwed. I don't love the way she's designed, and I thought I was for sure ready to come in here, and I was not going to be very aggressive with my feelings on it, because I know I watched you play for a bit, and I watched Mio play last night, and I know that she can be used really well, and I know that I'm doing something wrong, but I also still feel like I don't love the way some of her design is, and the way that, especially the cooldowns are way too long.
Yeah, I agree. I think the foundation of her design is really good. I love that her and Gambit are like high skill ceiling characters. I do feel like they did a better job with Gambit in terms of playability, but I think that once she gets tuned up a bit, she's going to be, because I think right now she's already hard meta. Like it just takes more. It just takes more skill to get value on her. But
Yeah.
I think she's going to have like a Human Torch situation where, but even better. Like she's like Torch when he launched was dog shit, but but when they tuned him, then he became like Thanos. So then they had to roll him back a bit. I think I think Rogue right now is hard meta. Like she's like high B, low A tier, and if she gets the right buffs, she'll be like she potentially be God tier. So I do think they should definitely address the cooldowns, and I would love them to improve her shield because not only does it run out fast, it doesn't absorb it blocks. It absorbs incoming projectiles, but you still take damage. So I think
Yeah, I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, so I think they can improve that aspect of it to just no, they don't need to go overboard, but definitely reduce some of her cooldowns, improve her shield, and maybe give her a small buff to her base melee damage. And I think she's fine.
Well, for some reason, one of the things that drives me nuts is like, I don't know why, but I keep pressing B like the second I spawn, and like now I gotta wait 25 seconds to use her steal again.
It's reflexive because you want to, because when you're getting out spawn, like when you have a character that has dashes, you like want to
That's exactly what I'm doing.
But the problem is Rogue doesn't have like good dashes. Like with Blade, for example, when I'm coming out of spawn, I go into vampire mode and double dash, and I'm just launch, and I'm just launching, and then by the time I get to the fight, I have both my cooldowns back. I have both my dashes back, and he has the ability to get them back by holding block. So whereas Rogue, the only way she can reset any of her cooldowns is by getting a good suck off, so on someone that she can't get an ability from. So even that is a trade-off. So like if you suck someone off that has the right ability, you get their ability and all the other thing. But if you suck someone that doesn't have an ability that you can steal, then you get your L1, the shield. You can refresh that. So it would be nice if she had another either another movement ability or get like lower cooldowns for some of them, because I do wish she had better movement, because she should be able to fly permanently. That does annoy me, but I do want her to have some better movement that's not tied to her sucking someone.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me a little bit of how I felt playing the Thing, but worse. You know, like I was not pleasant to be around during my Thing days.
No, you were not.
But I've most of my gameplay with her has been during Annihilation.
Describing her abilities.
But like for me, I just use it during Annihilation, and one of the things you get towards leveling her towards Lord is, you know, sucking off other characters.
Yeah.
So, and when I miss or when I accidentally hit, you know, B or circle right away, it's annoying. You know, I would almost rather die so I could just come back and have it back.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's a great way to farm Lord on her. It's a good time playing her in Annihilation.
I've actually had some crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I've actually had some crazy situations in Annihilation where I have no idea how I just rolled off a 15 kill streak, but I just kept spamming buttons and shit was happening. But I've also had a lot of things where I'll hit her ultimate and I'm dead in 2 seconds. So it's a weird. Weird way to play.
That was tricky. You got to time, especially in Annihilation. I found like the
no.
I feel like ideally I like to time her ultimate in Annihilation when Gambit ults. so I could combine, so I know that she's going to live it and be able to do more damage. Like the Gambit team up makes her so much better.
Yeah. It's I actually, like, when I was playing her on my like quick play stream Friday night, I was getting a little mad at everybody because every time I got on Rogue,
Jay got mad. What?
I no, like legit, like I felt like every time I played Rogue, the people I was with decided they hate me and they want to see me get mad. So I kind of got to a point where I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm tired. I already streamed for 4 hours earlier. I'm done. I'm out. Actually, when Vodka said he was done playing, I was like, yeah, if he's done, I'm out. No, don't blame Geo. It was just a general thing. I felt like people, if I was off Rogue, if I was trying new things, like I was playing, you came in when I was playing the Clanker, right? And I was doing that because I feel like that's like necessary right now. Those two drones are huge and it feels like they don't die very easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand because I think ideally, especially since you're playing with people, you would hope that they would accommodate you by building their comp around you trying Rogue and trying.
You would think.
You would think like I would be like, yeah, like if you're playing Rogue, I'm like, okay, I want to make sure Jay has a good main tank like a Mag or Emma, and then strong support behind him. Definitely a Gambit, 100%, and like a Sue. And maybe even go triple support with add Ultron on top of that.
Geo, Sadot would never like think of you again if he saw that. It was very cringe. I don't want to show him that.
Oh, I love cringe.
So I will say it was kind of cute today when Geo posted this video like getting ready for the customs last night. And I was like, oh, I should probably subscribe to his channel and be a nice guy. And apparently Gio went to his mom and let her know. And she said, oh, man, it's like early Christmas. And I was like, oh, I'm like, that's kind of cute. And like,
that is cute.
I will say, like, I was talking about like the Lego Batman thing. There was like this one guy that was like basically it was like such a shitty comment that somebody said, and like they're basically like telling me that I'm only saying this so I can get a free video game, and I'm like, no, first of all, fuck you, all right. Well, but like there was another person
respectfully
with no respect intended, which is actually one of my favorite things to say sometimes. Yeah. But there was somebody who they had like it was such a nice tweet, man, and it made me feel really good. And like it's kind of wild how like there's just not enough of that. Like somebody was like, they were so excited about the game, and they were just basically tweeting that they pre-ordered it, and they happened to tag me in Blitzwinger, and we both liked the tweet. And then he like took a screenshot of that, of both of us liking the tweet, and he's like, I'm literally crying. These they were like my childhood. I was 4 years old in 2009 when I played my first Lego Batman game, and now I'm 20 and I just pre-ordered the fourth one. And like these people like meant so much, and it means so much that you did this. And like there's times like that where it's like it still kind of hits me, and I feel like, man, I did something, you know what I mean? Like I don't think of myself that way, and I don't like, I know who I am, but I never like I don't feel like I carry myself that way. And maybe I should, but
you're humble. We call you Humble Jay behind your back.
Yeah, definitely not to my face. No. But like
never.
Yeah. But like it's just kind of like wild that like, I don't know, man. I just don't understand. It's so easy to say something nice, and like people like spend all their time, like sometimes I feel like they also just look at me as like, oh, that's somebody I can punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's actually easier to just be an asshole. Like for
Yeah,
some
and I
people, some people it's
at
hard to
least
be
for a little bit of time, like actually it's wild. The tweet that I remember 2009 playing Lego Batman, whatever. I quote tweeted that with Batman winking, okay, and that's when he got excited and everything. For some reason, that tweet has 82,000 views, which is crazy because it's a nice positive tweet, and I don't even know why or how it has that much attention. Uh, I don't know, man.
because maybe there is a legit demand for positivity because Twitter is definitely full of negativity.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I had a few tweets though that were not. They didn't respond as well. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. I just that kid. Hold on. What did he say? He said, let's bring it. Let's bring this is. I'm not gonna lie. This was definitely a one of my all time. Definitely a good one for me. That's probably because your standards are low. I can totally see you say that this game is better than the 3 Marvel ones or DC supervillains, which is obviously nonsense. Besides, you're a YouTuber and gets a free copy. Your job is to say this game is good, no matter how bad it is. And I'm like, first of all, fuck you. like no, that is not how this works. Okay, it is not. And I did block this kid. Like I honestly just blocked and like, you know what, man? It's just like, what the hell? I've always been real about what I say. Like it's whatever. But like the amount of people that like kind of actually came to my defense here was nice. So, but yeah, but my official policy now is play the game or don't. Okay, shut the fuck up. Play the game or don't play the game. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Not every game is for me, right? Like, and I can admit that. I can say, all right, this isn't for me. I want it to be for me. Like we did that today. So Gio's been begging me to play Lego Fortnite Odyssey, okay?
Right.
And they just did this big Lego Ninjago update, and I hate Odyssey.
Then what?
It's in Fortnite. Like you don't know what Lego Ninjago is?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Lego Ninjago is basically one of Lego's big brands, okay? And it's huge, believe it or not. There's cartoon and all that stuff. But yeah. But essentially it's crossed over into Fortnite now.
Okay.
And it's a big deal. And you would think that the Lego Fortnite stuff would be right up my alley because I've done all the other Lego games and I would just try to get as much content out as I can. But I hate Odyssey. It's basically like a Soulsborne Minecraft, okay? And it makes no sense that it would be like that. And then so we're doing some of this stuff today, and I like Gio's dream come true is Make-A-Wish Day. Like I let him lead everything. He's like, where are we going? What are we doing? Tell me what to do. I don't understand. And no matter how hard he tried, it didn't make sense at all. All right. And there was like one part of our quest where we had to like walk 3,000 meters in another direction. And there's like dragons and like monster things in between us. And if you didn't like have all this extra stuff, you couldn't even get there. And there's no guide on it. Like it's so poorly designed. And I hate it. I don't want to play it, but I should want to. But they made it so complicated and it's so stupid because it's Lego. You're supposed to be like even Minecraft is accessible. Yeah. Even Minecraft has a way to play it without all the like restrictions, Like, what are we doing? I have heard though, and this is why I'm not too worried about TT Games, and I have heard there are rumors, and this didn't come from anybody that anybody knows, but that the Lego folks are not that thrilled with the non-TT Lego stuff that's been coming out. So I think they're, assuming they survive Netflix, I think they're pretty safe. But I will say,
I assume they'd be safe. I mean, it's fucking Lego.
Yeah, but I hope. I just hope this blowback, like on you can only play 7 characters, doesn't affect them the way, I want to play the Justice League and not the Suicide Squad.
I don't think because this is something I noted in my coverage of Lego Batman. There was it seemed to be a lot more. Not only was it in general well received, but it was more well received from people who don't typically play all the new Lego releases because of how much it looked like a Arkham game with the free flow of combat and the open world design and everything like that. It looks like a fun game to play, even if you don't typically play Lego, which I think is important. It is going to drive those sales.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for. That anybody that is like, if I can't play as fucking Killer Moth, I'm out. Like, and believe
I
it or not,
I don't give a shit about any of that. Like, I legitimately am looking forward to playing Lego Batman 4.
And that's the thing, like, that makes it so easy for me is I've played it. And not only have I played it, I could have played it again in New York. And I watched people play it and I listened to them after they played it. Like, I went out on the floor and watched people play in Germany too. And like people were really excited to get their hands on it. And I understand it's different. And I understand, hunting for suits is not the same as hunting for, Killer Moth. I keep using Killer Moth because like there's like this big like cult of Killer Mothist out there apparently. Well, I don't think he's been in like the last few games, so I get it. But like, trust me, like I literally have an Atrocitus figure sitting on my desk at all times, looking at me, right?
And I have a big wheel tattoo, so I get it.
Exactly. So it's like I understand why people want those characters. I understand why people love that style, but just let them try something new. Be like constructive criticism. Hey, look, I understand this is what you're doing. It'd be really cool if we go back to the old way after, but like this isn't changing. Like it's coming out in 6 months, no matter what.
Yeah, and who knows? Well, I have a good feeling that it's going to be very well received, and no one's going to care about the character count except for the hardcore complainers.
And that's also worries me a little because I feel like their next game is going to be Harry Potter, and I'm saying this not knowing anything. Like, I legitimately do not know what they're doing next.
I think it's a safe assumption based on how big the Harry Potter RP has gotten. Even more, I mean, it's already huge, but now it's after Hogwarts Legacy,
And I'm not a big Harry Potter fan at all. And the other Lego Harry Potters, I have played them, and I think it would benefit from having the newer style, like character grid and everything, and being able to play all of them. But like, what are you gonna do? Play as every student? No, it would make sense if they had a streamlined Lego Harry Potter where you're only playing as a certain core characters and not
just a name, just the significant characters, but that which is still a pretty significant amount of characters that they can throw, even if they stuck to like the name ones.
Right. I can tell you for sure though they are not going to be making Lego Game of Thrones. I can confirm that with actual conversations with people that work for them. You know what I love? I love it that they have actually embraced that I am the voice actor of Darkhawk.
As they should.
Yeah. It is like every time I like kind of tweet that, and it's because I know the guy that runs the Twitter, and I talked to him about it in person, but they've embraced it. So I always feel a little uncomfortable, but at the same time, I understand that like there is not a voice actor for him, so it's pretty funny.
It's a good meme. But so I thought the Batman presentation went well, but one presentation that did not go well was the One More Thing, and which I think was the one glaring flaw of the show. Like, obviously there are people who are going to be disappointed no matter what, because like
I feel bad for them.
Half-Life 3 and whatever, or GTA 6, all those people are always going to be mad. But I think in this case, Geoff set up Highguard to fail.
Yeah,
I know Geoff. People sometimes say he's overhyped things. I think, and I understand the strategy behind kind of front loading the show with big reveals, but I think in this case I think they did a service because not like granted, I didn't think Highguard looked terrible. It didn't look like anything I was particularly excited about. But I did think it looked, could be a good time, especially if it has like a single player campaign or whatever, or a co-op campaign. But
I don't think it's going to.
But when I got, and it was always like, okay, so this is the final reveal. But then there's a one more thing, and then when the one more thing didn't come, I was like, oh, there's no one more. That's the one more thing.
They haven't been doing it lately. Like they're like, okay, this is it, and they haven't been like, going to the one more thing.
I think closing the show without like a significant reveal is a mistake, especially since this was like a live service game. I think they did it a service because we're already seeing like the trailer's massively disliked, and I don't think this would have happened if it was earlier in the show. Like I think that especially it was kind of weird because he had like a couple perfect trailers that would have been great as the final one.
Fate of the Old Republic,
Fate of the Old Republic, the Divinity statue mystery, that or the two Tomb Raiders. Those were either of them. Control, Resident, all of them would have been great one more things.
I wonder though, was that the one more thing because they paid for it?
That's my guess.
Yeah, and if that's the case, they misjudged. But the question also becomes, if they were in like the middle of the show or even like the last quarter of the show, would we remember them?
I think they should have. I think they should have dropped that within the first hour.
Yeah, but like if they were in the first hour, do you think they would have had any reaction?
I think they would have. Like, I think ideally, if I were them, I would have paid to open the show.
Yeah, I do actually think the game looked pretty cool and interesting, and I will definitely give it a try. I do not think it was a good slot for them at all. I agree. Yeah. And I didn't think the reaction would be that as bad as it was.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that. I was like, it was definitely. I thought it would have been mostly directed at Geoff for choosing that as one more thing. I didn't think they would completely shit all over the trailer.
And I also don't think it's Concord. I think Concord had its own set of issues. Like that like first part of the trailer was amazing. Like it
looks way better in Concord.
Yeah, the CGI stuff. But like the gameplay wise, it looked way better than Concord.
Yeah, both the CGI and the gameplay look better in Concord.
And I say that as the owner of a Concord DualSense 5.
I say this as someone who played the Concord beta for 1 hour and then immediately uninstalled.
I say that as somebody that played a whole stream of the actual release. It was an interesting take. I do appreciate their pedigree though, because like I love Titanfall and I loved Apex Legends for a while.
I think people just wanted a new Titanfall. Honestly, I think that also factored into it. I think it was a combination of that people heard Titanfall and immediately were like Titanfall 3, and then it was the one more thing, and then it wasn't what they were expecting.
But like they shouldn't have expected Titanfall because it wasn't like they're just people that left Titanfall,
or not even just Titanfall adjacent, like maybe a mech type of thing or anything like that. It didn't look like what they were picturing in their mind. It was like, oh, another fucking hero shooter. They were just like, okay. And that's the one more thing. Like, what? That's how we're closing the show. I think that definitely. I think that slot definitely hurt them. Hopefully, it doesn't, carry over because I don't think it looked like a bad game at all. So I'm hoping it doesn't negatively impact the game's performance if it's legitimately good. But yeah, they definitely off to a bad start with that one.
Yeah, that's my biggest worry. Is people like you can murder your entire game in one night,
100%.
And there used to be ways to recover from that. And like people are just like have such short attention spans and will just instantly like write you off.
Yeah.
And I do worry about that for them because they seem like they're coming from a good place. They seem like they were sincere. It seemed like an interesting game, but I also saw a comment of like, oh great, another another arena shooter, another looter shooter, another battle royale that like I can play for 2 months and then the studio dies.
Yeah.
Which,
to be fair, but yeah, I think not only is it like this kind of negative take culture on social media, but it's also the competition. Like people have more incentive now to write stuff off because there are not only just older games they could always go back to, but there's always new stuff, and it's getting crazier and crazier. So now people are just looking for excuses not to play your game more than they were before when it was a little more scarce. Now, especially if you're doing a live service one, it's like people are just going through their Rolodex of all the different live service. Oh, well, we got Fortnite and Battlefield and Call of Duty and Where Winds Meet just came out. And you got Marvel Rivals and hell, like there's so like there's already so many.
It's affected me like Apex Legends. I love Apex Legends. I actually would rather play Apex Legends than Fortnite, but I feel like more people want to play Fortnite, and I can't keep up with that battle pass, and especially because the way that Apex does their like events and whatever, their collection events, and you end up spending like close to $200 to get the thing that you want, and it's like I just don't want to do that. Yeah, no, Geo, I think Apex Legends is way more fun than Fortnite. Like I genuinely loved playing it. Valkyrie was my main. I loved Valkyrie, which is why I think why I wasn't that worried about Erica being what was it? I already forgot her name. Atsu. There we go. Yeah, right. But my game of the year, I can't remember the character's name. But I it's tough. Like there's only so much time in the day. There's only like so much money I have to spend on these games. Like I couldn't keep up with it anymore. So I'm like, I can't play halfway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just out on Apex Legends.
Yeah, I've like I haven't touched Helldivers like because I've been consumed with like trying to finish like I was like making a point because of how packed 2026 is. I was like, okay, I gotta finish. I still gotta do my rival stuff, but I gotta finish Clair Obscur and I want to finish Yote. So I had to put some stuff on the back burner because like currently my 2K because we're in basketball season, so I'll hop on 2K for like a quick fix for a live service slop, but I want to eventually try Where Winds Meet now that I re-downloaded it. So it's a lot, and that can negatively affect you if your game not only does your game have to like be legitimately good and stand out in some way, but it also has to avoid stepping on landmines, which unfortunately they did by having their reveal trailer be the closer of what was already a pretty great Game Awards. I mean, like all those big reveals, Control Resident, two Resident Evil 9, 2 Tomb Raiders, Fate of the Republic, a Star Wars racing game. That Badger game looked amazing. The new Larian game, and then the finale is some fucking medieval hero shooter bullshit. It's like what? It's like what is this?
Yeah, I kept hoping as the trailer went on, they were going to show me that it was at least like some kind of RPG or, but it was not.
No, it was just
you did not like that Badger. I thought that Badger game was kind of cute. Actually,
I thought it looked fun. I thought it looks insane. I think
Gabe said a game. What was that game that Gabe said? With the guy from Eternals. It's like kind of like it's kind of like a Yakuza game.
Oh, the big guy.
Yeah. That game looked really cool.
Yeah, that looked really good too. Yeah, there was a lot of really great games. So yeah, having that close out was unfortunate, but I do wish them the best in all their future endeavors. Maybe
Gang of Dragon.
Maybe they'll be able to recover from this, but it's not looking. It wasn't looking good. But I think the one thing that consumed my attention more so this weekend was the Diddy documentary. We got 50 Cent dropped a documentary on the Diddler, and I'm glad my cousin texted me about this, because I had been like putting it off because I was watching some anime, but then he showed me the clip of Diddy saying that he can only just compare himself to Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And I was like, okay, I have to watch. I was like, all right, I have to watch this. And holy shit, what an incredible doc. But also, man, the stuff that they're alleging, that seems like basically it seemed very much to me like the court case, whatever, but it seems like he essentially not only started the entire East Coast, West Coast thing, but he allegedly had Tupac
Netflix
eliminated, and his irresponsibleness, his ego, got Biggie taken out.
Yeah. There's a few things. There's a few reasons why. Hold on. I'm trying to shut up. Damn it. I'm trying to pull it. All right, here we go. I was trying to pull it up to show it on Netflix.
Yeah, there was a bidding war for this documentary that Netflix ended up winning.
Yeah, so here's what happened, okay? And it's why I believe everything that they said in the documentary, okay? Number one, the things that we found out are that Diddy is cheap. Yep. He will write these deals to underhand everybody he signs, to control them. He won't pay them.
Yep.
And number two, he's just a terrible human being. So the reason that we know this is true is how 50 Cent got all this footage. All of this footage was being recorded for Puff Daddy, okay, for Sean Combs. He was the one making this documentary. And then when he got sent to prison, he said, fuck you, I'm not paying you. And dude turned around, went right to 50 Cent, and he's like, Yep, that's how this documentary happened. Okay. And the king of petty, I have nothing. First of all, I've heard about how 50 Cent handles his son, who apparently was suing him for to basically keep bankrolling him. And 50 cut him off and was like, no, this is my money, not your money. You go earn your money. You want to do something, I'll support you, but I'm not paying you to sit around and do nothing. That was the first time I found respect for him. But the king of petty, I think he only did one big interview for press, and he did it with ABC, and he said he chose ABC because he knows that's the only channel they show in the prison that 50 Cent or that Diddy is in. He purposely chose to do that interview because he knew that they showed that show in prison, specifically, and he wanted him to know that he did it. You know what I mean?
I aspire to this level of pettiness.
Exactly. I appreciate that level of petty. Man, I think it was really brutal watching some of those jurors get interviewed in the last episode.
And they're getting cooked online.
Yeah, I don't understand. Obviously the defense or the prosecution was part of picking them, so they shoulder some of the blame. But I don't know how some of those people get through the screening.
100%. It was clearly the guy sounded like he got paid off. And the woman was clearly a huge fan of she kept referencing making the band and all, and she kept smiling.
She knew way too much.
Yeah, she was talking about she was exchanging grant looks and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, how do you let her on the juror?
Yeah. I don't buy any of it. At least at least they like convicted him of something and got 50 months. But I think there is a lot of litigation in his future.
I think they said there was like still 78 pending civil cases.
Yeah. So and I want more criminal. You know what I mean? Like 50 months ain't enough. You know, he needs to stay in there.
Well, 50 definitely cooked his reputation because I think one of the craziest things that come out in that documentary was the revelation that he apparently charged Biggie for his own funeral.
Yeah,
which was fucking insane.
Dastardly.
While he this man has all this money and he's sitting there crying. He's sitting there on there talking about how how Biggie was his best friend and how much Biggie meant to him. While at the same time he charged the estate for its own funeral just so he can write it off on his taxes. What an absolute dumpster of a human being.
Like very briefly, like barely.
Kanye he has like, I think he's literally in there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. It's I just awful, and he absolutely ordered the hit on Tupac.
I have no doubt. Well, I mean, and not just because the gang man literally said it and like was like just chill talking about it so casually. Like,
but I'm pretty sure everybody that was involved in that is dead now. Like all the actual people that carried it out,
except him. Like he's just that
guy.
Right,
which means like it all basically died with him. You know, like I don't know how you can basically get him on that now.
Yeah, he's currently. Yeah, they say he was currently on trial for Tupac's murder, and he was like, and he's saying that he did the profession under duress. Not that it wasn't true, but he's saying he was under duress when he said he sounded really calm when he was kind of really chill when he was talking about how him and his boys, took out Pac and then went drinking at the hotel after.
Yeah, I believe it completely. Another thing that I saw that I don't think made it in the documentary, I didn't really know who Nipsey Hussle was until he unfortunately got murdered.
Rest in power, Nip.
Yeah, but I saw a clip of him like in the studio with Diddy, and I don't know who was performing or who was recording. He just happened to be there, and after like a take, like they're all cheering and Nipsey was like clapping pretty hard and everything, and Diddy turned around, looked at him, and told him to shut the fuck up, and apparently Nipsey put his hand on his shoulder and smiled and clapped louder. It, like basically he was unshooketh by the thing.
Yeah, Nipsey was not that guy. That's not a guy you talk to like.
Yeah, like honestly, like the only thing I know is that like Isaiah Thomas, I've followed him since he was in Boston, and like he like tweets at him like every morning, basically. Yeah. Like I think he like says top of the top or something, and tags him like every morning. So like I mean I've become familiar with who he was, and actually when I was in LA once, I think I saw like a mural of him.
He was very well beloved in LA.
Yeah. So but I just saw that clip and I was like, oh yeah. I mean, some people, but like the reason I bring it up is because they keep talking about how he was just he was white privilege basically, like he grew up not with no struggle, he grew up in going to
some struggle like
but I mean he was
in terms of being the early part they framed it as like, okay, he definitely wasn't a street guy though,
right?
Though apparently his dad was like because his dad apparently was a drug kingpin kind of guy that got eliminated, left him some money, but his mom still worked a lot of jobs and had some connections to the street. But he didn't grow up in the projects or anything like that. But she allegedly did beat him like badly. So that was also
I mean, I don't think that's very street.
No.
What do I know? I've seen enough. I've seen other documentaries about like the beef between Tupac and Biggie. So like I was familiar with a lot of that that part of the story, if you will.
Yeah, I didn't know he started everything with Suge Knight.
Yeah, like he it seems like he legit started everything, and he legit put the wedge between, you know, Tupac and Biggie, and it's, oh man, to think both of them are dead because of him, you know.
Literally because he was jealous. Like he had Pac shot at the studio because he was jealous that Biggie was so close to him, and Pac didn't want to work with Diddy. That drove him to want to take him out, and then he goes after Suge.
Yeah, I mean, Tupac is like my favorite rapper of all time. I still remember waking up that next morning and watching, like, I had a TV in my bedroom and just this little box TV. I had my Sega Genesis connected to it, and I was able to get, you know, a few channels and whatever. And I just remember putting it on MTV News, and Kurt Loder came in, and I will never forget that morning waking up and finding out Tupac died. Like, never forget it. Like, I still remember how our room looked, where my TV was, like how everything was set up. I was literally laying on my floor looking at the TV. You know, I don't even remember why, but like I remember, it's like just such a vivid memory for me.
I don't remember it because I was too young. So,
yeah. I think it was like 7th or 8th grade for me.
Yeah, I was in like maybe 3rd grade.
It makes sense.
Maybe like, yeah, I was a little kid. Like I didn't really listen to Pac. Like we were like when I was in the 90s, when I was old enough to actually listen to music, I was listening to like Lauryn Hill and the Fugees, Run DMC, little Bone Thugs and Harmony. I didn't really get into Tupac and Biggie until later on. So I remember hearing Tupac die, but it like didn't really resonate with me. But I did. The first celebrity death that did for me was Aaliyah. That I remembered that one. Like I was old enough. I was a big fan of Aaliyah, and I was in my uncle's apartment. Rest in peace, Uncle L. And I was in my uncle's apartment hanging out, and it came on. There was a breaking news report came on. Aaliyah died, and I broke down immediately. I was devastated. I loved Aaliyah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, it's wild.
Going Stu. But Biggie, Lupe Fiasco is my favorite rapper of all time. But between Tupac and Biggie, actually, the more I listen to both of them, like I like Tupac for like the acting, the message, you know, the aura. But like purely just listening to the music, I would like sat down and listened to both, and I was like, I think Biggie's just better. I thought he was just a better rapper.
That's possible. Like I think, especially at that age, I don't think I understood all of that as much as I would have today. And I don't listen to that as much anymore. I just remember just feeling like I've always been into like the writing and everything. And I always felt like, yeah, he's got some aggressive and, you know, violent songs and everything, but he had a lot of deep and impactful, like, you know, poet.
Yeah, that was my appeal for Pac. But when I sat down and listened to him, like I was just like bar for bar in terms of like lyricism, flow. Like Biggie was just unmatched to me. Like Biggie was just a god.
I liked Biggie a lot. I don't know that I was like the biggest fan. I enjoyed hearing his songs on the radio. I had his albums, but I remember really liking Nas, the Wu-Tang Clan.
Who was the better rapper?
Yeah, I saw that and I was waiting for it. I remember really liking. Yeah.
Wow, that was an unfortunate typo.
Yeah. I can confirm the N and the B are next to each other, so you know. Yeah, and he's blind in one eye.
Yeah. We'll can't confirm the end and the B are next to each other. And your disability will let you, because you're literally blind in one eye.
I'm going to bat for you, Eastwood. I'm going to bat for you. Nicest thing I've ever said and done for you, man.
We'll give him the pass on that one, but you get one of those.
But yeah, but like going back to like lyricists and stuff, like that's why I think I like Nas a lot. I love the Wu-Tang Clan. And there's a rapper who like I think he's only famous for like one song really, where he got a beef with LL Cool J. He went by Cannabis.
Cannabis. He was actually a huge underground guy at the time, and then he picked a beef with LL, and unfortunately it did not go.
No, LL definitely. Well, first of all, the song that kind of started it was definitely a dope song. Like he definitely did well on it, but yeah, he did not recover from it. But I really liked him though. I loved that album. I think he actually had more than one. But yeah, like those are some of the ones I liked. I also one of the things that I whenever I see Lil Wayne, I just can't get over that. Like I actually had the Hot Boys album when he was like 15, and he was on like I think he was on like BG and someone else, and I don't know. It's just weird. Like I was kind of into that No Limit thing for a little bit because they were in WCW, and I would like there's a time where I was a big hip hop guy, you know.
That's time is still now. Like you're a Kendrick guy.
I do enjoy some Kendrick. I do enjoy like I don't listen as much as I used to, but I definitely like am more of a metal guy now for sure. Although I just remembered in almost 2 weeks to the day, I am going to see Seven Dust for the 35th time and Creed for the 4th time.
Let me know when you see them for the 67th time.
Yeah, I'm not as excited for the show because it's an arena show. Although it is at a casino, which I don't gamble, so not a big deal to me. But
gambling's not cool.
Yeah, but today I actually spent a little bit of time watching a few live shows, like live like performances that popped up in my feed, and it's wild to see all these bands I used to know be old, you know? Like one of them, there's a band that's from here. They're called Bury Your Dead, and they're a big hardcore band for a while, and their singer actually used to work at the restaurant like just down the street from me, and I know that he's now a teacher in the Worcester Public Schools, I believe, and they just played their last show, and when I was watching them in shows, he was just like super fit, and now he's got a dad bod, like a big dad bod, and it's weird. It's weird seeing him that way because I just remember him always being like super fit and everything. But like, I don't think people understand once you get old, it's just harder, you know?
100%.
But it's just kind of cool.
Nostalgia. I felt similar. Like kind of the opposite actually when I saw Amy Lee perform the Devil May Cry song at the Game Awards, because I knew like, okay, she's been in the game for over 20 years, probably. But she sounded exactly the same, and I was like, I was listening to it because I love the song, and I was like, Chad knows I was going crazy during the live, like rock it out, and because it just a wave of nostalgia hit me as soon as it literally felt like the early 2000s again.
It's kind of crazy. YouTube did their like recap, and the number one like music song that I viewed this year was her new song. I don't think it's actually Evanescence. She did a song with Poppy, and
I heard that song.
And the singer of Spirit Box. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. And like that song is so good. It's like ridiculously good. And they had it's like a 3-minute song. They did a video for it, and I definitely watched that a bunch of times. I was never like obviously everybody loves Bring Me to Life, you know,
Of
but
course.
like I was never a big Evanescence fan per se. I like that song, and actually the guy that's on that song with her was in a band called 12 Stone, and I actually liked them more than Evanescence, and they never went on to do anything.
Unfortunately.
But he's still on one of the biggest songs of all time. So, but yeah, she still sounds great, and I agree with you. Like, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
But it is weird seeing like it is weird seeing people that I saw a lot and knew a little bit, like getting older, you know, like that I haven't seen him in a while, and now I'm seeing him again. I'm like, oh man, we all got old, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be glaring. Like some artists like just don't age, but others like you'll just look at like, oh shit. It really has been 30 years. So
Yeah, the only band I ever had lunch with was Avenged Sevenfold. We after one of their shows, actually they played a show. This show like is so legendary to me because it was like 2002, I think, and they were playing upstairs at the Palladium. So like the upstairs section, it holds about 400, and then there's the main area which holds like 2 or 3,000, plus the upstairs area. So like this was a small show, and it was Avenged Sevenfold and My Chemical Romance. Like I was standing on stage with both bands while they played, taking pictures. It's still wild to me. But after the show, um, like my friend DJ knew Avenged Sevenfold at the time, and I think he did an interview with them, and then we were like just talking after, like, oh, do you know anywhere we can get some food? And I'm like, yeah, just follow me. We'll go to this diner that's right over here down the street. So
okay.
we all went to this diner and had we all had breakfast because it was, you know, it's a diner. But we all basically had breakfast food, and it was like probably like 1 a.m. with Avenged Sevenfold. You know, I had like the singer and his girlfriend, and I think their manager and someone else were at one table, and then me and DJ, their drummer, and their two guitarists were at my table, and like we just all sat there and ate and hung out, and they even paid for it. So
breakfast
um,
breakfast food hits different in like the between like 1 and 4 a.m. when you've been out. I love some good breakfast food.
dude, seriously, I don't think people I feel bad for people that don't have, like, I guess some people have Waffle House, and I know like all the wrestlers love Waffle House because they're always open in the middle of the night. And
I had IHOP.
yeah, I see IHOP, like you go to any of these New England diners, I swear to God, they're so much better than IHOP. And like there's one that I love in my area, that like I swear to God, they have the best breakfast on earth. Like I get this meat lovers omelet with their home fry, their like home fries, get them nice and crispy, and oh, Denny's is awful. Like it is like the most amazing breakfast you will ever have. It is so good. Um, we have another place that's like down the street from us we like to go, and theirs is really good too. I do like the other place more, but it's further away. So, but I mean, like you can just go to any of these mom and pop diners in the area, and you're gonna get just the best meal.
Yeah, I found like some really better, like really good spots, like just through Uber Eats. So like
Yeah.
whenever I had a craving for some ordering some breakfast food, there was a really good place near me that has like fish and grits. Like it's
Yeah.
delicious.
My brother loves corned beef hash. He gets it like everywhere we go. So, yeah, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. I love breakfast. I just love sausage and eggs and bacon and home fries, good home fries. I could eat that for every meal of the day.
Breakfast food is elite. Like I am a breakfast enjoyer. I love a lot of my favorite foods are breakfast related. I love waffles. I love pancakes, sausage, bacon, ham. I love scrapple, grits.
That's a Pennsylvania thing.
Yeah, yeah. Love me some. I grew up on scrapple. We had a lot of scrapple growing up.
Yeah, I don't remember whose comedy album it was, but I've heard about that on somebody's comedy album. It might have been a Dennis Leary album.
Yeah,
But
That was it. Yeah, I do like IHOP. I enjoy their waffles, and their burgers are actually solid.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. IHOP is certainly better than Denny's.
Denny's is ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't, just because of like all these diners we have like actual like railroad car diners here, and like they're so good, it just ruins like the chain experience. I cannot do Sunny Side Up. No, thank you.
I like Sunny Side Up, but I think omelets and scrambled are just better.
Yeah, my wife loves Sunny Side Up, but I am very much. We also have like a bread place, like literally, like it is probably the second closest business to my house. He's called the Bread Guy, and I go in there. He has these breakfast sandwiches where it's his own home, like he makes like sourdough English muffins, and the breakfast sandwich he makes is like so good. If I know he doesn't always have them, so like if I know he has them, I'll go down there and buy them like every time.
I actually made it myself a breakfast sandwich yesterday. I got some raisin bread, and I scrambled some eggs with a shredded 3-cheese blend and a couple slices of Kobe and some pepper jack, and put that on the buttered raisin bread. Delicious.
Yeah, that's one of my go-to meals. Is I'll make like I don't know how to cook for like normal people.
Right.
Whenever I cook so that we can have leftovers for another 2 nights, because I'm like, if I'm gonna cook, it's only gonna take like 2 or 3 minutes longer to make it in a massive batch. So like I have one of those like big like skillet pan things.
I do the exact same thing.
And I will actually make 2 dozen eggs, and I'll just have that like for breakfast a few times, you know. And I mix in the cheese. I've developed like this perfect pattern, like that it just comes out delicious every time. And it was different when my brother was here. Like we would go through it faster, but yeah, I don't like making bacon anymore, but I watch a lot of videos. And the last time I did make bacon, I actually, instead of my chili, my chili is, I will say my chili is god tier, but the last time I made bacon, instead of like worrying about actually like cooking it every strip by strip and everything and like getting spit on nonstop, apparently there are people that'll just dump it into I'll just dump it into like a pot, throw the lid on it, and just let it sit there, and it actually comes out great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't eat it all at once, but like like I said, like anytime I cook anything, I don't know, like when I cook chili, I cook enough chili to serve an entire chili cook-off every time, because that's the only way I know how to make it. Like my crock pot is actually just meat, and then it transfers into a bigger pot with all the other stuff. Like I'm that's the trick though, is I do all the meat kind of by itself with all the spices and just everything. And I don't just do hamburger or like beef. I'll actually include a few other things like chorizo and hot sausage
and unicorn. Jay loves unicorn meat.
Well, that was one of the tricks. That was one of the tricks that I discovered in my first chili cook-off, because you always had to have your ingredients listed. And the first time I think I used bacon, and we put a little bit of brown sugar in it, and people just kept talking about that. Like, wait, bacon and brown sugar? Oh, I could taste it now. And so like I always you know what? This time we're getting bison, but I'm only going to put like one small package of bison. It's going to be mostly everything else, but it's going to say bison, and people are going to like be like, "Oh, you have bison." You know what I mean?
I do enjoy little bison every once in a while.
Do you have a Montana Ted's around you?
I don't think so.
It's a big chain. I know I went to it for the first time in Florida, but we actually have one up here too. Or it's like Ted's Montana Grill or something.
I don't think so.
They actually serve bison burgers.
Now, I don't know if I have that in my area, but I do have some stores, some specialty stores that sell bison in the area.
It's like a leaner meat, and it's very tasty. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we
I
my
like.
I think my wife and I on like our third ever date went to like Ted's Montana Grill. So
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I just felt experimental one day, and I got some bison and wild boar, and was like, and some venison. I was like, let me go crazy.
we definitely had a lot of venison growing up. My dad loved going hunting, and we used to have like he'd make a venison stew, and it was so good. But yeah, so chili and my patented breakfast are some of the few things that I can make pretty well. One time, I did make my own pasta sauce one time recently, and I thought that came out really good.
Yeah, yeah, I haven't had the urge to do any crazy experiments in a while. Like I think my last big investment was recreating that grilled cheese sandwich I saw on Diners Dives on Food Network,
Yeah,
which was like a $50 uh sandwich.
that bread guy, he makes he specializes in sourdough breads, and he has like a it's like a garlic cheese bread kind of thing,
Mm,
and it's not cheap, because he makes everything in house and it's all homemade for him, and you know, so like, and it's fresh and it doesn't have any of those preservatives. So like when
yeah,
I get it, I have to use it like right away. You got like 3 or 4 days out of it before it starts going hard. So I love getting it though, and like making grilled cheeses with that, because like that bread is so good and it's got the cheese kind of baked into it too. Oh,
I hate what they. I always gotta check the ingredients, but like I don't buy bread often. But when I got mine, I was making sure I get like the healthiest bread possible when I made my sandwiches the other day, and I was going through some of the bread in the app on the grocery store. I'm like, I'm looking at the ingredients. I'm like, why the fuck is there high fructose corn syrup in this bread?
yeah.
The fuck,
Yeah, we do end up spending more money when we go to the bread guy, but I mean,
worth it?
I, yeah, because it's local and he's a good dude, and like he doesn't have many employees, but a lot of them are like, special needs. Not like they're definitely like high functioning, like special needs, young adults. And I just appreciate the work he does, and he makes like these fruit pockets, and they're just so good. I usually get a few of those, and
You should do a food review and go with stuff that you got for there.
yeah,
Do it
actually,
in your car like all the other food bloggers.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever really do that.
I
I
love
think I'm too
I love watching
self-conscious.
I love watching those. Like they're so good. I'll just randomly go on YouTube short binges where I'm just watching different food vloggers eating food in their car. It's great.
Yeah,
Reviewing stuff. It's great.
yeah. I'm a slob. I I'm like my aunt Sharon. She had
People
like a hole in her lip.
people love it. I think there's one guy I watched and like he goes he's a bigger guy too. He goes crazy like and especially with the crunch. He was just like oh like
I
so like it's great. Like
I don't
you're
even
great.
like eating on stream, to be honest with you. So I could never do it.
I would 100% watch a JayShockblast food review
I
channel.
The last time I made chili, I don't think I've made it this year actually, but the last time I made chili, I tried to actually record everything, because people are like, "Oh, I want to see how you make your chili." And I tried to do it, and I just hated how it came out. My kitchen is not made for recording.
If
My kitchen is very old.
I'm a simple man. If I just need a YouTube short of Jay eating food in his car and talking about it, that's all. That's it. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah, I do make a good chili. I should probably make a chili soon.
Allegedly,
3 years in a row, Bo's chili cook-off champion.
rigged.
Would have been 4, but it was rigged the 4th time. They decided I was not winning.
Speaking of not winning, the Thunder got knocked off finally by the San Antonio Spurs during the NBA midseason tournament. This was like the final was coming up in a couple of days, but that was a crazy game. Wembanyama was his first game back from his extended injury, and the Thunder, I think they had won 16 games in a row. They were like 24-1, which is insane. But the Spurs look insane. Like that was an amazing game. But I really enjoyed the Amazon. This was my first time sitting through like a full game on Amazon Prime, and I was like getting to know some of the features, and I really like not only is the broadcast itself good, like the commentary is actually informative, but the app has some cool different features. Like you can actually look at key plays and like scroll through, and it'll go down like a playlist of like the key plays from the game. Obviously they have the betting stuff built in there, but I think it's really nice.
I've only watched football stuff there. I just had a Street Fighter movie thing pop up. Those guys were partying together all day. They took one big Hummer limo together, and they posted the wildest video. I don't know. I guess we can watch it. Let me see if I can get it up here.
Can I complain about Coach Probably? Oh yeah, the new coach they got for the Spurs is really good.
Yeah. Also share audio system. Of course it won't do it. Why will the browser never work? Share screen window.
Yeah, I have to share it twice after the update.
Browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen. I always get that no matter what I do.
I never get that.
I just always get it. Also share audio. Hold on. Let's see. Chrome tab. All right. Share. All right. Here we go. You should be able to hear this.
Street Fighter takeover! What's up, yo? I'm out here trying to get a ride.
Hummer limos are definitely.
It's a Hummer.
Nobody knows. Let's get your face up, baby. Street Fighter, baby. We're heading to the Game Awards right now. I broke the window. Perfect. Oh my God. I done lived that life, man.
I had the distinct pleasure of kicking half these guys in the face. Legally, on camera.
And the Game Award goes to...
This was unbelievable. The Game Awards has one of the coolest crowds I've ever been in front of, and the fact that we kick-started Street Fighter just now.
Bro, hey yo, that's the end of the day. Street Fighter Dance Game Awards content. That's a wrap.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Nothing says fuck the environment like a Hummer limo.
Right. that guy Noah Centino or whatever his last name is, he was actually supposed to be He-Man for a while.
Oh, really? Yeah,
and whoever they got to be Zangief is perfect. That dude's a monster.
Yeah, FS. Yeah, Noah was like the Hollywood guy after his he blew up off those Netflix romantic comedies.
Yeah, they went with somebody else for He-Man though. But anyway, I don't know, man. I thought that was kind of cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to like interrupt. It just popped up in my feed, and I didn't mean to interrupt your basketball talk.
Yeah, not a good segue.
are people like, I'm not trying to get too caught up in it. Like I don't expect anything, but like Celtics are kind of feeling it right now. Had some pretty big wins lately. Jalen's having, when he's not like marking up people's jerseys, he's having a good year. Like a really good year.
Yeah. I'm wondering if the Celtics are happy about that or annoyed, because it feels like they were planning on being horrible, getting a top draft pick, kind of doing like what the Warriors did, where the Warriors had that one year where everyone got hurt and they ended up getting the number one pick.
I don't feel that way. I don't feel like Brad Stevens operates that way. I don't feel like Joe I can't think of his last name. Our coach operates that way.
I have a hard time thinking they built that roster with the intent of competing. I think their priority was just like, we gotta save. Jason Tatum's hurt. We're not winning a championship. We gotta save some money.
Well, they were up against that massive threshold, you know. So obviously we knew that it was gonna get stripped down. I think they just did the best they could. And we're just gonna go with whatever they got.
I think it's because the combination of a team that's shoots 63s a game, combined with the fact that the East is more ass than they thought it would be,
and that may be the case. But I mean, Jordan Walsh is really becoming a player. The kid we drafted in the first round this year, Hugo. Like, I'm not saying he's a star, but like he hustles. Like, they play hard, and I think they're going to end up trading Simon at some point. He's playing pretty well. Minot, that kid we got from Toronto, he's been playing really good. Keita is like, a lot of these guys are actually developing. I'm not trying to put too much hope into it. And Tatum I think he's going to play this year. So I mean, if we just get in the playoffs, I don't think we're going to win, but I think we've got competitive team. We definitely can't beat Oklahoma City.
Oh, of course.
Like in four times.
I don't think they're getting out of the East.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, even if we did, I don't think like we got a shot.
Definitely no way. I am curious though who's going to end up with Giannis, since he's officially on, because from what I'm hearing, there isn't as much trade demand as you would typically expect from Giannis for someone of his caliber. But it also kind of makes sense to me, because you're going to get 2 seasons. If you trade for him, you're going to get 2 seasons out of him, and then you have to extend them. But for me, Giannis, that isn't like the slam dunk necessarily as you would like a Luka would be, because not only does he have injury concerns, he's 30, and he's going to come up on a super max extension in 2 years when he's 32, 30 or 33. So I definitely understand why teams are hesitant, especially if they can't get a guaranteed commitment that he's going to stick around. But I still think someone's going to make a move for him. But I don't think it's going to be a huge haul. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Luka trade in terms of their return. But I would not be surprised if it's not like what you would expect from someone of Giannis's stature.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I keep seeing Miami linked to him the most, and I keep seeing like, oh, this is the offer they could put together. I'm like, why would Milwaukee ever do that?
It's not a great offer, but I think it comes down to what they know they have to make the trade at some sooner rather than later. But if there aren't really other options on the table, that's the question.
I think the one I saw recently was like Hero, Ware, Jaime, and like 2 firsts. I'm like, that's an okay deal, but not what you would think to get for like one of the top 5 players in the league. I think he's still a top 5 player in the league, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. But then the Lakers came up. All they had to do was give up AD and a role player.
Yeah, but the dude that made that trade got lucky and got Cooper Flag and still got fired.
Yeah, and well deserved. But the strange things can happen in the NBA, and we know that there are teams that can make crazy offers, but it's like would they, like, if I'm the Spurs, I'm not giving up Dylan Harper or Stephen Castle.
Yeah. I know that everyone wants to pigeonhole him into the Knicks, but what do the Knicks really have that
I mean, they would have to. It would literally have to be like a situation because the other thing is Milwaukee's in a situation where they can't tank, so so that's the other thing that's going to affect the trade, because usually you're thinking of, oh well, the team's rebuilding. They can't rebuild because they don't have any draft picks. So if they want a trade package, they would actually either they would either want to trade with the team that has their draft picks and get them back, which I think is Atlanta, or get back quality rotation players that will allow them to at least compete for a play-in spot. So in that regard, New York does make sense if it's like a Towns and OGs or a Towns and Bridges swap.
That doesn't feel like a very good long-term deal for Milwaukee, though. Towns is definitely not what he was. He's still a solid player for sure, but because they can't rebuild until 2031, they would want to be competing for the playoffs in the meantime with the trade. So that's why I could see them. That's why I could see them taking a Miami deal, for example, if other teams aren't like the Hawks or the Spurs aren't willing to give up a ton of stuff, because they're like, well, are we going to get a guarantee he's going to resign? Also, he's missed 9 playoff games. He's 30. So I could definitely see some people being like, some of those teams being like, would you take this offer? And that's like, so, and that's not me coping, because I don't think he's going to end up in Miami. It would be crazy if he did, but I'm not counting on it. But it is one of the 2K WWE guys I follow that works on the game. Cornell is like a massive Miami Heat fan, and he just constantly retweets all these like fantasy trades, and he's like begging for him to go there.
It would be a great fit, but defensively,
why wouldn't anybody want to go to Miami? Like, no sales tax or no income tax. It's fucking Miami.
Yeah.
I feel like states like Texas and Florida have such an advantage. Texas, not as great weather, but Florida, just like Miami is like, I'm shocked. Like, the Marlins are such a ass franchise. Like, you've got like the Latin American players should want to like gravitate towards there. And like anybody that like just doesn't want to pay their taxes should gravitate towards there.
Yeah.
It's just wild to me. Like that should be such a go-to destination if you can choose your where you want to go, but they're just like a poverty franchise. And
the downside to Miami is, sports teams, the fans aren't the most passionate.
Yeah.
And
it's
a lot of, and it's a lot of the issues in LA are in Miami in terms of like fake people and stuff like that. The nightlife can be distracting. So maybe if you're trying to lock in, you don't want to have that be a temptation for you.
Well, LA is the like complete opposite to me, though. Like, LA is a place no one should want to go. Like, they've got like the worst taxes. The traffic is abysmal. I mean, sure, the weather's cool, but it's a glamour spot. Like, it's always wild to me when guys choose to go to LA, because you're objectively not going to make as much money. Their tax rate is so brutal.
Yeah, I think a lot of them do it because of the reputation and the opportunities for networking and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
the networking is kind of like the main thing. The weather and the networking, the food, I guess, too. Like, that's the main, because you're definitely not doing that to save on taxes, because they're going to rob you.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we can wrap it up for this week in the Aftershow podcast. Unfortunately, Greek maybe slept through his alarm. So we'll appreciate.
Yeah, I hate when people do that.
Yeah. So we'll catch. I do want to stream with Greek, because I want to try to. We streamed ranked when Rogue came out.
I saw that, and I was watching for a little while, and I was gonna like jump in your voice chat and ask to join, but then I realized you were playing ranked. I was like, oh yeah, they're probably too high for me.
Yeah, we ended in diamond.
Yeah, I think you were in platinum, maybe when I was there.
Yeah,
is platinum before diamond?
Yeah, platinum. Yeah, it's gold. It's gold 3 through 1, then plat 3 through 1, then diamond.
Yeah. I did a stream earlier in the day, and we just basically did Annihilation the whole time, so that we could all play Rogue. And
I want to do a stream and see if we can push the Grandmaster.
Do we have to play the 10 matches again?
No.
Oh,
if you're already gold, I think you should be fine with both skins.
Perfect.
I think from what I remember, the new thing is that you just have to complete your 10 placement matches before both the entire season ends.
Oh, Creeper says 10 matches. Yes, still.
So I have to do 10. I'll double check it. From what I just remember them saying, you had to finish your 10 placement matches. I've definitely done 10 ranked matches. But I'm looking forward to it. Catch y'all next week. Things are going to be slowing down, but Rivals might be one of the only things with news gaming wise. A lot of developers go on vacation, but this week we have the Rivals Christmas events kicking off. We got a bunch of the new skins. We got the new PIM, the secret PIM event, whatever that is. You get a special surprise gift by going to Times Square, getting a burger from the PIM Test Kitchen. Plus, the new Geoff holiday event is back, so that'll be a good time to play with everyone. We'll look out for news videos on that soon. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I am not Casual Avenger.
Zip it up and zip it out. Peace, my naysayers, and a pre-happy holidays.